Okay, so today we're going to start with talking about everybody's newest, most favorite movement to hate, and that is the single crossover. And honestly, I don't see all the reason for all the hate on this movement. It's just like any other new movement. Anytime a new movement comes out, people struggle with it, and then they figure it out, and it doesn't even become a thing. And like, is it a great test of fitness? Why wouldn't it be? Like, the fittest people, the most athletic people are going to be able to pick it up. No one's, I think, going to be able to do them proficiently without a little bit of practice, but that's how everything is, right? You have to practice things to get good at them. You can't expect to just have something new thrown to you and be able to like hit 100 in a row. That's not how it works, right? And for the people that say, oh yeah, it's not really a good test of fitness, like it tests your coordination, it tests your agility, it tests how well your CNS handles a more, I guess, complex movement or something that you're not so used to under fatigue or stress. And those are all things, you know, that are right there in the CrossFit handbook. Coordination, agility are some of the foundations of CrossFit. You know, those are some of the markers of being a fit individual. Like, sure, it's not like cardiovascular or stamina. It might be stamina for some of you guys. I know a lot of you guys out there have said that, you know, the single crossovers make you gassed. And it's mainly probably because it's a new movement. You just kind of don't really know how to handle it. There are a few things that you can get to help you do a single crossover. The main one is going to be a jump rope. Another one might be an AirMat. But really, what's going to help you the most when doing a crossover is to practice them. This takes me back to when I first started CrossFit and I couldn't do double unders, right? I couldn't do double unders, and I was so mad at the fact that double unders were holding me back from either A, going RX on a workout, or B, finishing a workout when I knew I was strong enough to lift the weights, or I was fast enough to run and do as many burpees or whatever. But it didn't matter because I couldn't do double unders, and that would just hold me back. That would take up all my time. I would just struggle on double unders. And I thought it was silly. So what did I do? I just practiced my double unders. And soon enough, I was able to go RX on everything, and double unders was not my issue anymore. It was one of the other things. And those are the other things that, you know, we're constantly working on. So if you never work on a new skill, a new movement, then, or even an old movement, and maybe an old movement that you haven't even figured out yet, then that is nobody's fault but yours. So stop playing the victim and just sack it up and practice the movement. I promise you, the sooner that you get that hate of a new movement out of your system and you just realize that it's just another movement, then you will start to progress and get better at it. Take a little bit of personal responsibility. But anyways, rant over. So after the CrossFit Games in 2022, when they had the double crosses, RX sent me their FREvo jump rope, and this is their Freestyle jump rope. It's based off the Evo handles, the Evo free handles actually, because they're made out of plastic. And this is basically their replacement for a Freestyle jump rope. RX ropes, or RX Smart Gear, you know, is the OG when it comes to ropes in the CrossFit space. And the reason why you want something like this is not only for the added feedback for learning a new movement. Who remembers back to learning double unders? You probably wanted to have a little bit more weight on your rope so that you could kind of gauge where it was. Newsflash, we're back to that. So this comes in a couple different flavors. You can get it with, or I think it comes with the beaded option, and it comes with like the licorice rope option, the PVC option. I have the beaded on this because that's what it came with, and they set it up for me. It's all ready to go. So what makes this kind of rope better than some of the other speed ropes that you'll find in CrossFit is obviously A, you get a little bit more feedback, but also B, this spins on like a 360 axis. It spins in any way, whereas some of the other speed ropes only spin on a single axis. So they're only designed to revolve a certain way around you, a certain path around you, where something like this can go, it can go anywhere. It can go anywhere around you. And that's not just limited to the FREvo. You can get a normal RX rope, which will actually do the same thing. And this is what I learned how to do double crossovers on. I didn't learn on the beaded rope. That's something that came after I spent a little bit of time practicing those double crosses. So, for example, like so. Okay, so now we're gonna try it with just a normal RX jump rope with a buff cable, which is my preferred learner cable. This one's a little bit longer than my normal height, just so that I can get a little bit more space or a little bit more length when I do the crossover. Okay, there's a few. So I'm not gonna pretend like I'm like the double or single crossover master. I still need to practice them, but I will practice them and I will get better at them, and that's just how it is. It really hasn't been something that's been programmed all that much, but I'm up to the challenge of learning them. If you have extreme difficulties in doing these, some people might not be able to jump that great. Some people's coordinations aren't that great. So in that case, I would recommend picking up something like this from RX, and this is their AirMat, and this is what helped me get my double crossovers, because this just gives you a little bit of extra bounce so that you know how high you need to jump normally for when you do double unders, double crossovers, whatever it may be. If you're a gym owner, this is an invaluable tool because it will help those people that struggle doing double unders figure out doing their double unders. Maybe they have trouble doing just normal jump roping. This is the solution for that. And really, it's just an inflatable mat. And it comes with a little inflator, and it's got a little target so you know where to hit the rope and where to stand. So here, I'm just gonna turn. I'll turn it here. Okay. So let's see what. Just like that. And it just gives you that little bit of extra bounce and cushion so that you can not have to worry so much about landing or how high you're jumping. You could just really worry about turning the rope. So let's try some double crosses. Some double crossovers right there. Slide that out of the way and we'll try some double crossovers. Like so. Ta-da! And there you have it. So, if you want to learn single crossovers, double crossovers, the number one thing that you can do is just practice them. Just practice them. Spend 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes a day, depending on how fast you want to learn how to do them. Stop complaining about them and wishing that they were gone, because likely they're going to show up again. And a couple things that you could do to make your life easier: get a Freestyle jump rope, or you can get an RX FREvo, just a normal RX rope, or you can even go and get the AirMat from RX. Here, let's try some double crossovers with the AirMat and my FREvo. I haven't tried. Okay. And that concludes it for today's video. I hope that you take something away from this video, and it's that you should just practice these things. You should not hate things or certain aspects about something because you can't do them or you don't know how to do them yet. And you shouldn't have the I can't do that mentality. You should have the I don't know how to do that yet mentality. So if you guys have any questions about the RX FREvo, the RX rope, the AirMat, feel free to leave them in the comment section. And as always, guys, please hit that like button, subscribe, and thanks for watching.